Christopher Wheeldon, Alexei Ratmansky, a great pleasure to have you both here. Thank you very much for joining us. Christopher, let's start with you. We've just seen your ballet in rehearsal. Does it have any thematic links at all to the music Britain wrote?
Yes, there is sort of there is an underlying theme which is kind of fueling the creative process, and it's quite important, I think, certainly for me, to have something going on while I'm making the ballet. So I'm using the music more as a symphonic poem with that sort of with that underlying idea.
Alexei, welcome to the Royal Ballet. Your first piece with this company. Good to have you here. Could you introduce your work for us?
It's 24 Preludes of Chopin. It's not played on the piano. It will be played on the piano for rehearsal, but for the performance it will be an orchestra. So it's an orchestration made by a French composer, Jean Francais, in the 1960s. So it is Chopin, of course, as we know it, but it sounds slightly different.
You've worked in many companies all around the world. Is there something specific about the Royal Ballet that is...
Yes, but we need to find, it takes time, we need to find a common language, because of course they are wonderful professionals, they can do anything, and in my piece it's for couples, mostly principals, with a huge experience, and they're world famous. They know how to act, how to dance, they have, all the technique with them, but we need to find, the right puzzle, because
a common language.
A common language, as I said, yeah. I'm coming with a sort of coordination that I use, and they need to understand what I mean body-wise. But at the same time, I see what they do better, what doesn't work so well, and I change myself. So it is the process that goes from two sides.
When you come into a new company, and also for you, Chris, are you at all influenced by the heritage that company brings behind it? For instance, working in New York, is Balanchine looming large over you? And here, do Ashton Macmillan have any sort of influence on you? Alexei first.
It's interesting to hear what Chris answers, but I myself unconsciously probably do adjust wherever I go, because the dancers have different strengths and weaknesses, and our job is to present them the best way.
I think actually the presence of Balanchine is felt perhaps stronger in New York just because of the sheer volume of Balanchine ballets that are danced at the New York City Ballet on a nightly basis. And, of course, both Alexei and I have made new ballets for the New York City Ballet, and it's great. It's quite often that choreographers are invited in, but the presence of Balanchine and Robbins is such, it's so there. And because of the way the repertoire is spaced out here, of course, there are the heritage ballets, the heritage Ashton and Macmillan works within a season, but you feel that presence less.
One final question, and it's quite a big question. What do you think is the biggest challenge you guys face as choreographers working in the ballet world today?
Making good ballets.
Well, that's a given. That's a given. It's timetable for you.
I think so, yeah.
What, just too little time?
Most of the times, yeah.
Why can't that be changed? Why can't you say...
Because the companies do ballets, they do programs, they have the whole season planned, and it's only that amount of time to create or to rehearse, to perfect it. And I don't remember having a premiere when I would feel, okay, it's ready.
Good to be under pressure, though, isn't it? I think you enjoy Shostakovich's work. I remember him saying once, I read, that only the best diamonds are made under the most intense pressure.
Yeah, the deadline held. Yeah.
A bit of pressure is a good thing, isn't it?
It is a good thing, but a bit of time, extra time, is an even better thing.
So, there's always a lot going on. There are programs, directors and choreographers who are programming the seasons become more ambitious, and audiences are more hungry, seem to be more hungry for more performances. So as the rep grows and as more performances are added, more productions come in, and then the time gets shorter and shorter. So it does become, and quite often, more often than not, when choreographers come in, they want to use the same dancers. And actually, Alexei and I have been quite successful in keeping our casts completely separate, which is necessary right now because we're both working really hard to get these ballets ready.
Alexei Ratmansky, Christopher Wheeldon, thank you very much indeed.